I just want to start this podcast off with something that really bugs me. And
I'd love to hear it, Brian.
Yeah, see, I don't like how passive-aggressive you are with texts. You annoy me. We've already talked about how you definitely have a teenage girl's brain. I know that's politically incorrect because men and women are supposed to have the same brains, apparently. What a bunch of bullshit. Back to you. Don't ever text me this again. Hey, my man, got to get those posts right. No bueno. When Brendan's annoyed, he'll write no bueno.
Because I'm so frustrated.
He becomes Spanish. He's so frustrated. He becomes Spanish.
Oh.
No bueno, my man. Or no bueno, boss. Don't call me my man. Don't call me boss. All right? Don't ever text me no bueno again. I don't give a shit if I tank the podcast and it never comes back. Podcast. Don't ever write no bueno, man.
It literally... I'm glad you're not in front of me when you mess up on the post. I literally want to wring your fucking neck. I literally want to break your arm.
You know who's worse? You know who gets really mad at me and writes,
Sasso?
What the fuck is wrong with you,
Sasso?
dude? No, Rogan. He goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? You want me to tweet about your dates and you don't even fucking date? You don't even tweet yourself? And I go, I did tweet. And then he has to go through my thread and he goes, yeah, you're tweeting, but you're making a huge long joke and then saying, oh, and by the way, I'll be in San Francisco.
Your social media skills are so bad. I'll tell Brian, I'll go, hey, bro, post the podcast. He'll put, oh, man, so much fun today. That's it.
Without hashtag.
No, nothing. Yeah. Like
he goes, my man, if nobody knows what you're talking about.
Well, you do. You have like 9 shows. And you put, oh, my God, this was a blast today. ... link to Instagram on Twitter. That does nothing for us. And then when we do shirts, we're like, oh, make sure you get your shirts at thefighterandtherobber.com. Like that's not even the website, man. I just need a little help.
Oh, I want to ask you, do we push people to the fighterandthekidshop.com or do we push them to our new website?
It's all the same. I'm telling people to go to the tfatk.com and then you can click on the store.
What if they go to thefighterandthekid.com? It does.
No, whoa. What's thefighterandthekid.com?
So it doesn't. So
we don't
have to go.
Well, that's not even our website.
I know.
This is the problem.
So
tfatk.com is our
like
official website. To
remember.
It's really not. It's real simple. The
What's
Fighter
that stand
and the
for,
Kid.
Man?
And then if you want to go to thefighterandthekidshop.com, it's all the same. It all links to the main website.
We haven't even promoted our website.
Yeah, we have. I've done it a lot.
Oh, yeah, me too.
God damn it.
Ah, so bad. I'm busy. Have kids.
You're really not that busy. What would you do without me?
The podcast would have the same numbers the Bryan Callen show did. I'll give you credit for that.
I just need a little help, my man. How about so Brian and I, we got a lot of stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff, right?
Yes.
Great stuff. Great stuff going on.
The business
so we
is
meet
growing.
with these major lawyers, which I didn't want to go to.
Dude,
it's one of those meetings where
it was so high up in the building.
It was downtown.
The highest building, I think, in LA.
Ever. And it was on the top floor. We walk in. I'm like eating everyone's candy. You and I are making jokes.
First of all, we get there. We're already 15 minutes late.
Brian's 15 minutes late.
Such a huge
I was
building.
there on
Getting
time.
up in the elevator.
I was there on time.
I was there late.
Major meeting.
Yep.
Major meeting.
Big
Brian's
lawyers.
late.
Big lawyers. We go there. First of all, we get there and I gotta pee. He's like, I gotta pee too. We walk by the 2 people we're supposed to have a meeting with. We say hi. We go pee. Brendan sees a jar of gummy bears, and as I'm walking,
not just gummy bears. They're like those dope ass fruit snacks, but not in the package. Someone opened the package up and literally placed.
So they had a fine layer of dust all over them. They've been there forever. Ooh. And he goes like this. He goes, "Ooh, cool." And I look over and he's bent over it like a giant fucking T-Rex. His hands get short, and I swear to God, I look and his elbows are touching his nipples, and he's got his fingers, like he's got his wristband, and his fingers are dabbed over the thing, and he goes in with both hands, and he goes, ooh, and he takes 2 giant handfuls and goes, we start the fucking meeting. He's like, it's nice
balls
to meet you
deep
guys.
in some candy.
Nice to meet you guys. I was like, sorry about my friend with a mouthful of fucking gummy bears.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, the problem is when you and I get with serious people, you and I aren't serious at all. We had to do a conference call. I had to conference in someone else, and I don't know their names. I forget their names. So I just go, hey, I'm here with my lawyer friends. They're smart as shit. So if you could just tell them what's going on. At least they laughed.
They laughed at this, and
they didn't laugh at. And I went, and they also represent Aaron Hernandez. Hold.
Nothing.
Crickets.
Nothing. Crickets.
Callen laughs.
Yep. But this is what was great. We had an awkward conversation because we had to talk about the fact that Brennan does basically all the work for the shirts. I guess I provide inspiration, but he does do the merchandising. He figures all the stuff out. I'm an idiot with that stuff.
Yeah, I do
he doesn't even want me involved. So he goes. So this is how he starts it with these two people we don't even know. These high-powered lawyers.
We've been there for about an hour, too.
Yeah, and he goes, so this is a little awkward, but I just want to throw it out there. No big deal since we're talking about an operating agreement. And he goes, like you can do stand-up. Like my sole source of income now could be this. Now you can do stand-up till your balls drag on the ground.
That's exactly what I said.
And they both started laughing. I was like, that's a really strong and aggressive example.
Because I felt awkward, so I want to make everyone laugh.
Oh, okay.
You know this.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what's coming? And he goes, do you think it's at all possible? And I had been thinking about this, so I'm glad he goes, do you think it's at all fair that like maybe because I do all the work that it should be split 50-50? Do you think there's any, since I have to hire employees, do you think there's any like chance? And I go, what, like 60-40 split? And you go, yeah. I go, absolutely.
You know what though?
No problem.
You know what though? Neither one of us got in this to make money.
I know.
And for me, it's awkward, especially when it comes to money.
Well,
like,
we're the
I would
same
just
way.
keep on that's why
I
it works.
hate talking about money.
Hate talking about
and
it.
I also think we're not driven by money.
Not
honestly.
at all.
I mean,
like if you came to me like, hey man, obviously it's never gonna happen. But if you're like, hey, stand-up's not going well, I need 70-30. Cool, man.
Well,
you know, like
of course,
because we're best friends.
Yeah, and also that's the way you should be always, because you should look at things in the long term, right? So we were talking about our shirts. There are ways we can make our shirts for, I don't know, $5 a shot.
People come at us all the time.
The problem is that they always compromise on quality.
There's a price to pay. There's a
price to
reason
pay.
why we pay a little more for the quality.
Yes, there's a price to pay, and it goes back to what we were saying. If we're gonna sell shirts, they have to be shirts we would wear and that we do wear. That's how I look at it. And the minute I see a shirt that I wouldn't wear, like that we had some samples, and I went, I don't know. Ooh,
What I tell you, as soon as we got those samples, I felt that I go, nope, not
we
a sock.
We could get away with selling them for a little while.
Oh, easily.
But we could because it's an incremental
Look
difference.
at the comments on your Instagram. But people go, my mom's a seamstress, and she says your quality shirts are the best we have.
Yeah.
Love the quality. It's all quality,
yes.
man.
So it costs you more, you make less money, but it goes back to you have to think long term in everything. And what I mean by that is you have to be authentic and honest about it because that's the only way to do it.
100%.
It's too difficult. That's why I always, and you and I have met people who've made so much money because they were able to package a mediocre product to look like it's awesome.
100%.
And I know that's part of business, but I don't want to make money that way.
No, we don't need to either.
But it just bums me out. I actually think it bums them out. I actually think you don't get away with that. I actually think it makes you feel
catch up to you in the
insecure.
end.
I think it makes you feel insecure about how you've made your money in the end.
It's
when you
also
look back at your
embarrassing.
life.
It's also embarrassing because the shirts we get, I send to my friends, we send to family.
Yeah.
If it's shit, they're like, "Come on, what is this?"
Yeah, but
man?
also, who are you when it's all said and done?
To make a quick buck, you're saying?
Who are you when you look in the mirror when you're 90 years old? We talked about this. The show idea. You know, this idea of like, I want no regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets. So what are we gonna do to have no regrets? I want to look in the mirror when I'm 90 and say I didn't do anything that I greatly regret. I fucked up. We're always gonna fuck up. I got my issues, but I don't want to have any.
But that's what
big
gets
regrets.
you to this point, though, right? Like
I hope
those
so.
experiences from you fucking up is what led you to greatness.
I don't know. My son is just like me. I was just thinking about this, and my wife doesn't like me talking about my kids, but I went to my son's hilarious. He's 3.5, and I went to his. First of all, real quick, don't have a musical starring 3.5-year-olds. Just don't do it because it's the worst thing. They put them.
Is that preschool?
Yeah, he walks out in doggy ears.
That's that Calabasas shit, man.
Yeah, he walks out with doggy ears. The kids all walk out. My son, literally, as the kids are singing, it's all been rehearsed, and they're all singing. My son walks out in front of everybody and pulls his mouth as wide open as it can go and holds it there. He's just going. Well, I started laughing because that was me. I was like, "You're gonna hurt your mouth." And then he takes the guitar. All the kids are playing these blow up guitars, air guitar.
Fake guitar.
My son takes the guitar and starts hitting himself in the face with it. He starts going gang, 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 and then he kind of throws it down and runs out. I looked at the teacher and I go, "Does he do that all the time?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "I remember doing the exact same thing."
At that age?
Fuck yes, man. He's gonna be if he ain't a comic. Because he's got a really good sense of humor, and he's really articulate.
He's 3, so let's chill out on the sense of humor.
But he's actually funny. He pretends to be all different kinds of things, like the way I used to. So I think his only option, stand-up comedy and podcasting.
Hopefully, man.
Dude.
Hopefully.
That's it. What else? Your kids are your kids.
If your kid's at a stricter school, the teacher's coming up going, you're what the French call les incompetents. And then they kick him out.
I think he might need military school. My dad almost sent me to military.
You went to boarding school.
I went to boarding school, but it was very liberal. But my father, between my junior and my sophomore, or I think it was junior and senior year, my father literally said, what do you think of military school? Because I was such a
wanted to get rid of
fuck
you.
up. I was just a fuck up. My grades weren't great, but you know what? I said, this is my senior year in wrestling, and I'm not. This is a big year for me.
You don't
wrestling.
want to jeopardize that.
Fuck no. And wrestling kept me in my boarding school.
That's usually sports.
Girls.
That's what sports do. They keep guys in line.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, talk about hashtag never grow up. Brian and I are at this serious meeting. We both got to take a piss during the middle of the meeting. We go in there. As soon as we walk in, you forgot about this. As soon as you walk in, some dude, full 3-piece suit, just sits down. Me and Brian.
But then you hear him go, oh.
Me and Brian go, bah! Burst out laughing, and then we're trying to hold it in.
I was pissing and laughing. So, like, I'm 10 years old. 48 years old. I'm going.
Both faces red.
I was crying. I was going, because you hear him go, he goes, and then he goes, oh. And then you hear another, you hear, and he goes, oh. And I go,
we were in tears.
Fucking dying.
In tears.
When you fart like that, don't go, oh, don't do that.
This is the,
you're not allowed to do that.
When you go, and every guy knows this, girls too, although I don't think they do that, but every guy's worst nightmare is he wants to go into the shitter, no one around, so you can release the tension in your ass.
Yes.
The worst possible scenario is Bryan Callen and Big Brown walk into that bathroom and make fun of you.
We're going to make fun of you.
Literally, when you sit in the bathroom, like, God, I hope no one comes in and hears this. Poor guy sits down, releases the fucking...
The dragon.
The fucking
releases
bomb
the
parade.
Kraken.
The fucking
Kraken.
Toombas. And then the kid and I, the 48-year-old and 32-year-old, start making fun of you.
Do you know what is everything I could do? Not to run out and go, you poo-pooed. I'm that immature. I was going to say this. I was going to go, take the tube out of your ass, buddy. I was going to say something.
I was going to say, bite your lip and give it hell, buddy.
That's funny. Bite your lip and give it hell, buddy.
Well, that's from Austin Powers, man.
You shit hard.
Who does number 2 work for? Bite your lip and give him hell, buddy. Sounds pretty rough over there. How about a courtesy flush, huh? That was this guy just going ham on this toilet. Meanwhile, a couple 1-2 ass clowns walk in, start making. This guy's probably worth millions of dollars. No one makes fun of him.
He looked like a partner, but he ran in there quick.
Ooh, he was.
Like, you heard him just go. Oh, hey.
He's about to shit that 3-piece. I think he even had a pocket watch. Had a pocket watch. He looked like the
monocle.
He looked like the Monopoly guy. He looked like the Monopoly guy shitting his pants.
A monocle and a pocket watch.
A pocket watch.
I'm shitting.
All that shit to take off, man.
Oh, by the way, when I go to the airport and I travel a lot, when people take pisses, hey, whoever you are, don't hug the urinal so your fucking coat and your clothing is touching the white linoleum. Stand back and piss.
Why?
Well, because
why do you care?
Because people piss on that linoleum and it gets on the cloth of your jacket and stuff. There's nothing worse.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Disgusting.
Oh, you're one of those bitches.
Okay, so
hey everyone, wash your hands before you go out to the world.
I wash my hands before I touch my dick. Before I touch my dick, I wash my hands. Number one, which makes sense. Why do you wash your dick after you?
I don't get it either.
Yeah, wash your hands before because your hands are way dirtier than your dick. My dick's been sitting. My clean, beautiful.
In some MeUndies.
Beautiful dick.
In some straight MeUndies.
It's been sitting in my MeUndies and it stayed dry. It stayed very
super dry.
Because as you know with MeUndies, they make it's a material that wicks away moisture. I hope you know that.
I do know this, Brian.
Yeah, it's and I believe it's technology that comes from the Austrian Alps. I don't even know what that means,
That's correct.
But I like the way it sounds.
And they're local in L.A., Los Angeles. Yeah, they actually have a storefront right off Abbott Kenny.
Yeah,
did you clear that with them?
I didn't clear that with them, but I'm going to go there and ask them if they want to make some Abbott Kinney editions. Can I ask
Talking
you
about the
a
Abbott Kinney
question?
Fight Club?
Yeah, can you get different colors? Can you get different?
You can get different colors. You get cool patterns. You can get matching colors with you and your girl if you're feeling frisky.
Really?
Hashtag Skylar Aston.
Yeah. Hashtag Skylar Aston is right. I believe he wears MeUndies. I don't know.
Well, I would
If
imagine
not, he
he's the
should.
type of guy who matches his underwear with his girls.
Yeah.
Just what?
You know what?
The type of dude he is.
You know what? He's a sensitive man who can sing his ass off. I want I want a block of MeUndies. I want a block of
You
them.
want a giant thing of MeUndies?
I always forget that I don't have to go to. I literally forget this, that I don't have to go to Nordstrom's or to Macy's and buy underwear, and I can get them on the internet.
You can get a much better
MeUndies.com.
Yeah, MeUndies.com/fighter. 20% off and free shipping.
Oh.
What?
It's seriously the best material and the softest.
Ever.
It's softer than cotton and more durable and wicks away moisture. Never suffer from swamp dong again.
Ever. MeUndies.com/fighter.
Keep going.
But back to I don't trust people who wash their hands every time. This is my thing. I don't trust people who wash their hands every time they go to the bathroom.
agree.
I don't trust you,
I agree
man.
with
That's fucking weird. And I also
just annoys
I
me.
don't trust people who don't go in the carpool lane without having an official carpool car. Does that make sense?
Why you don't like people who live on the edge? I carpool sometimes alone.
That's what I'm saying. I always risk it.
Yeah.
Anyone who's like, oh, traffic's horrible, I better stay in my lane. Wrong.
Yeah.
Live a little. Go
Yeah.
ahead and jump all over in
Oh my
that
God!
lane.
You in a
That's what I
Porsche?
do.
You in a Porsche and a red Porsche? If I was a cop, I'd give you a ticket for having a red Porsche, and I would give you.
Oh,
a
you
ticket.
give me. Oh, hold on. You give me a ticket for being awesome. I'll take that ticket.
Yeah, I would.
And throw the cash in your face. I got pulled over 2 days ago. You know what they did?
What?
Not jet shit.
No.
Nothing.
Ooh.
Nothing. They were cool.
Well, they like you. You're big brown.
Well, I'm also not disrespectful. I'm like, what's up, man? Just trying to get to the gym.
I'm super respectful to cops. And I try to joke around with them. In fact, cops pulled me over. These two macho dudes. You know, they're tough looking guys. And for me, I was like,
Well, not all of them, but
yeah. But these guys were young, kind of. LA cops, for the most part, are in great shape. If compared to a lot of cops in different
I
cities,
trained with a lot of them.
they're in some shape. A lot of those guys are in pretty amazing shape. And these guys come up and they go, I go, you pulling me over for talking on my phone, huh? And he goes, you were talking on your phone? I go,
You're an idiot. Bro.
no, I wasn't. Who said that?
You pulling me over for I'm high on crack and talking on the phone, huh?
For having guns in the car?
I killed someone 2 years ago. You pulling me over for that?
You pulling me over because I got a body in my trunk? Okay, I suppose I killed her too.
You're that guy.
Oh no.
You're the guy that freaks out when cops
I
go.
panic. My buddy Jed told me he's with his buddy and they get pulled over in Jersey. And Jersey cops they don't fuck around. He goes, what seems to be the problem, officer? That was it. Guys, get out of the fucking car, smartass.
Yeah. Excuse me, what seems to be the problem?
Don't be a smartass to cops. Don't fuck around. You can be funny. Don't be a smartass.
Smartass not gonna get you very far.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. I went on our boy Ari Shafir's podcast.
Yes. The great Ari Shafir, ladies and gentlemen.
He's interesting.
We got to get him out here on the podcast.
Well, he's in New York though, right?
Yeah. But he comes in periodically.
I mean, yeah, if he wants to come in studio. We don't do Evander Holyfield killed the whole call-ins.
Yeah, we don't
We
do
will
call-ins.
never do that again.
Barack Obama, you can call in. That's
You can
it.
call in. That literally about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody
that's
else?
about it.
Anybody else? Who you would settle for a call in? The Rock. You love The Rock.
I do love The Rock. I'm telling you, call-ins do nothing for us, man. They're so brutal. You can't get the
Well, it becomes
sense.
formal. I hate formal. Like the whole
the
point of
cookie
our,
cutter answers. That's why we don't have fighters on.
Yeah.
Cookie cutter answers do nothing for us, man.
Yeah, you want people to be
Oh,
relaxed.
it's gonna be a
and
tough
talk about
fight. It's gonna be a
anything
tough
but-
fight. And all right. Now let's talk. Let's ditch fighting. What else you got?
You
Hold.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
You watch the fights. Hendo knocks out Boach.
Yep. Called it. What else
Yeah.
you got?
Mitrione.
Oh,
Our
Mitrione.
good friend of the show,
Man.
Matt, with Ben Rothwell.
You didn't see the fights.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you think of the Brian Ortega fight?
I didn't see that fight.
Yeah, you didn't see the fights.
I know I saw the Mitrione Hendo fight because I go to. Well, I shouldn't say how I watch it, but anyway. I
You're the
have
guy
a
that
secret.
legally streams a free fight.
No, because I didn't have time to watch it, so I didn't, and I forgot to tape it. So, but what was your take on Matt's fight with?
I mean, Matt was doing well,
you,
man.
you fought both of them, so I want to get your point of view.
Yeah, I mean, Matt was doing well. Hashtag bored as shit already. But Matt was doing well and was light on his feet and then just made a stupid critical error against a pro. Me and Matt both made stupid errors.
As in double
errors against. Oh, I'll get to it. Chill.
Sorry.
We both made stupid errors facing a guy like Ben Rothwell, man. He's just such a vet. He's such a vet, man. You got to fight smart. Matt's not a grappler, will never be a grappler. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You're not going to beat Ben Rothwell by taking him down and submit him. That's not your cup of tea. Your cup of tea is great footwork, hell of a chin, and striking.
Yeah.
Do what you're good at. Somewhere along the lines, maybe someone told him, try taking him down. I'm not sure, but I think he just...
Maybe because he figured Ben would at least expect him to shoot on him.
He said, I talked to him right after the fight.
You talked to Matt?
Yeah, Matt called me from the locker room. He said, because I went, what are you thinking, man? I get the logic behind it to mix it up, to keep him guessing.
Yeah.
But you better be pretty damn good at wrestling and grappling to make that change in the octagon, man, against a high-level opponent. Believe me, you better be good at it. That shit doesn't. You don't want to try out your first. I don't think Matt's ever taken anyone down. You don't want to try out your first. Maybe he took down the Executioner. I don't remember. However, if it's not your cup of tea, you don't want to try it for the first time against a guy like Ben Rothwell. When Matt wins that fight, 1-2 away from a title shot, I'm talking about a life changer. However, this is what I told Matt. I told Matt it's never as bad as it seems. Ever. And it's never as good as it seems. It's just not. When you win,
That's really interesting.
When you win a fight, it's like, oh, this is the best ever. Things are so great. Is it? When you lose, oh, it's the worst in the world. How am I ever going to live without this? It's so embarrassing. Is it? Is it? When you look at the grand scheme of things and you look at your career, it's one fight.
I don't think any less of Matt. I think of Matt being against a really tough opponent.
I'm not
made
saying
one
no,
mistake.
no,
I'm saying as for
as a fan.
Yeah, as a fan.
Well, you're different. You know Matt too.
Yeah, but I also think as even if I didn't know Matt, I would say he lost to a high level opponent. He made an error, maybe. And Ben Rothwell, like you said, is a vet who caught him. And that's also kind of the fight game, isn't it? Especially at the heavyweight level. I mean, you guys, we always talk about how you guys have very, very small margin for error. You just can, you really can't make a mistake. If you get caught in a submission, if you get caught with the right punch or kick, it really is lights out, or at least the chances are much higher.
You're in trouble, yeah. Yeah, so for Matt, I just told him, like, dude, it's not the end of the world, man. I know believe me, I've been there. It seems like it's the end of the world. It's really not in the grand scheme of things, And he's like, oh, it was such a big mistake. I probably missed out on this. I'm like, no. You're trying to predict the future. You're trying to predict. None of that was guaranteed. Your next fight wasn't guaranteed.
Right.
There's no title shot guaranteed. The Reebok deal, you want to talk about sponsors? Nah, man, that's all set in stone. You're getting $10K a fight now for Reebok. So all those sponsors you're talking about, that if you won this fight or lost, that's set in stone.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to make it a little less, but I told him before I went into this rant, nothing I can say is going to take this pain away. Nothing I can say to you. I've been there. Everyone's come up to me. I've had the who's who talk to me after a fight, after a loss or a win. It does not help.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say.
What about when you win? And you have that euphoric feeling and you go back into the gym, how long does that last before the tension of another fight comes up?
Not long, because as soon as I'd win a fight, you think, what's next? I never enjoyed it. I always thought, what's next? What's next?
So are you able to, and did you get better at kind of learning how to be a little bit more even-keeled with treating defeat and victory with the same sort of level of enthusiasm or at least emotion?
Yeah.
As hard as that is.
Yeah.
Do you bring that into your regular life now? Do you think more than you would?
100%. Because you think about experience is priceless, man. And so when you're young and you're winning fights, you're like, oh my God, I can't lose. This is the best ever. This is never going away. Wrong, youngster. Wrong. Because you're in the UFC. Something bad's going to happen. And when you're low,
could you say the same about life too, right? I mean, just as far as
I know
it's not
extreme, yeah. But life it's like in fighting, it's very black and white, right? It's like lost this fight, all right, give me another fight. 8 weeks. In 8 weeks, I can totally redeem myself and cure the sadness I have if I beat this guy. So you have 8 weeks. There's a date, an exact date when you will change that feeling in your heart. In life, it's kind of like...
That's really interesting.
In life, right, it's a process.
You don't have that
There's no
book.
specific bookmark where you can say, all right, on this date, I'm going to fully redeem myself. Not really.
Well,
it's a process.
And I wanted to
That's
piggyback
why you
on
can't
that.
get too low or too high.
There you go. And I wanted to piggyback on that too. This is kind of for people who are trying to get somewhere. You know, this podcast has grown way bigger than we ever thought it would, and we're meeting with these people.
You'd be surprised. I figured it would, but
well, it's amazing how it's become its own monster, and there's lots to contend with, and it's still for us like the victories and where we're headed is still treated with a temperate attitude because there's so much more to go. And I think that a lot of times you set these goals, and as you get closer and closer to them, it's not as big as you think it's going to be. It's not as life-changing as you think it's going to be.
There's
always more work to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I've heard a lot of athletes talk about, like tennis players. I was listening to this tennis player up and coming, and she said she works really hard at treating her victories and her defeats with the same mind, sort of with the same idea of this is all part of a process.
It's all about her.
Yeah.
Lyoto Machida says
hard
the
to
same
do.
thing.
He does.
He goes, when I win, I never get too high. When I lose, I never get too low. He goes, I'm like this. Win, I lose, or draw. Talking about a pro's pro.
Fuck yeah.
And for me, you know, getting into this entertainment business, stuff like that, and, you know, I can't talk about it, but I can generally talk about it. Last week, I had a huge meeting, which it'd be a life-changing experience if I landed the gig. You know what it is. It'd be huge for me. And it's outside. It has nothing to do with fighting. And I talked to my good friend Whitney Cummings, who used to work for the network, and she said, listen, because I was a little nervous. This is a little bit out of, you know, my lane. So I was a little nervous on like how to address it. So I talked to Whitney, and she just said, Brendan, for them to even consider you for this, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You've won.
Yeah.
She goes, when you find out who else is up for this gig, you've won.
Yeah.
There's no fighters, there's no other athletes to look at, not even close.
Yeah.
She goes, you've already won. She goes, so go into this thing like you've won.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be nervous. If you get it, phenomenal. If not, cool. You're doing fine. You're doing great. For you to even be on their radar, you're doing something right.
But when you were doing The Ultimate Fighter as this young fighter, did you think in a million years that you, first of all, the pressure of that, and then did you think in a million years, did you ever have in the back of your mind that you wanted to get into this?
No, not a clue.
You didn't?
Well, in this,
did you even have a plan for after fighting?
No. When this is such a funny question. When I was on The Ultimate Fighter, and this goes back to what Rogan says, I was that caveman who was like, fight, train, win, fight, train, win, nothing else matters. Girlfriend that I was with for 6 years breaks up with, cool, see ya, fight, train, win, fight, train, win. That's all it is.
Wow.
Well, somewhere along the road, you know, it's just like things, the world, the world is weird.
You expanded. You started finding some fun other places.
I expanded, but it's from experiences. When you're in the back and you just had a phenomenal fight against a very tough opponent, and you hear someone that's involved with the business go, God, I wish you would have knocked him out sooner. And I'm looking at my opponent who's beat the fuck up. I'm beat the fuck up. And I'm like, that hit me. This is years ago. This is nothing new.
Yeah.
And I remember a light bulb went off my head. I went, oh shit, we're just like animals to them.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I better figure something out here.
Okay, good. Because I was worried I was the one who ruined your fight.
No,
who stopped you from fighting.
And I'm on a win streak too. Wow. This is during a win streak. This is during Big Brown's hot streak. And I just remember at that moment I was like, oh man, you better figure something out, because I'm not saying anything that no one knows, but all dogs don't go to heaven when it comes to fighting. Real quick, this isn't the movies. All dogs don't go to heaven in fighting. This isn't a happy ending. No. This isn't a happy ending, my friends.
Yeah.
Whether it's boxing, wrestling, fighting, mixed martial arts, all dogs don't go to heaven. And when I mean go to heaven, that means retire off into the sunset with a bag full of money.
Can you give me 5 fighters who have? MMA fighters?
I can't.
5.
The sport. No, I can't.
You can't give me 5.
I can't give you. Nope.
God damn it.
I can't give you. The sport's too new. I can give you.
Randy Couture. All right.
I guess.
Just hesitated.
Well, it's
you
tough,
just hesitated.
man.
That's big to hesitate.
I guess Randy Couture. I don't know Randy on a personal level to see how he's doing physically. Because now let me ask you something. Muhammad Ali. Would you say he's riding off to the sunset?
No.
Because he can't remember the sunset.
Yeah.
Because he shakes when he stares at the sunset. Is that winning in life?
No.
No. Is he the greatest boxer of all time?
Yep.
Is it worth it? It depends. If you ask him, he might say yes. If you ask his family, they're going to say no. So to me, there came a point, especially with this Reebok deal where I said, okay, and this, I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm trying to make headlines. This is just me talking, being real.
Yep.
We are not going to edit this, Evan. So I said to myself, okay, Reebok wants my exclusive rights inside the cage for $10K, for $10,000. Man, with all, and you know what's going on in my world as far as entertainment goes.
It doesn't pay our bills.
Well, no, fighting will not pay the bills right now. So for me, I look at myself and say, okay, the competitor in me goes, let's do it, man. The fighter in me, the guy who made a name for himself inside the octagon and trains his ass off.
Still alive and well.
Very
alive
alive.
and well.
Very, very alive. He says, let's fight next month. Let's do this. Let's fight next month. The brain and the people who are smarter than me, like Joe Rogan, Bryan Callen, Tim Tebow, my dad, my CAA agents, everyone who's way smarter than me, go, no. You have too much else going on. You're making too much money doing elsewhere to get punched in the head.
Yeah.
But the competitor in me goes, let's do this. So I got in trouble on Punch Drunk, kind of, because I said, because people are on the forums, why grown men are on forums, I have no idea, because I go on Punch Drunk and go, man, the only thing that's going to get me out of bed is if you gave me a super fight. Literally, you want to give me Rampage Jackson, you want to give me Shogun, a big blockbuster fight? I'll get out of bed for that. No time soon. Well, because I have some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
But, man, for me to fight for $10K for a Reebok deal, you're batshit crazy, man.
It's tough.
You're not getting Big Brown for $10K. If someone came to me right now and offered me 3 times that money, I wouldn't do it.
Right.
That's where I'm at right now in my life, man. So for the fans, and I appreciate the support. I love the support I get's insane. Online, I see them in person. People go, man, I appreciate what you're doing. Man, I love the show. I love how open you are. It's because we're in this point right now where it's just for me personally, and this isn't for everyone. For some people, everything's great. Reebok's great. They're all happy. But for me personally, it does not make sense.
You know what my favorite compliment is and I know you get this too as you're talking. My favorite compliment when people listen to the show, you know what my favorite compliment is? When they come up to me and they say, I feel like I know you, dude.
Oh, I know.
And I don't know why I love that, but it means that I'm being open and honest. And as you're being this open and honest about it, that's kind of that's kind of the deal we made, you know. You can never have. That's what you always tell me. Yeah. Speaking of open and real, and I love how you are. I don't know if the fans know what a fucking chicken shit scaredy cat you really are.
This is straight up true.
Holy
why?
Cow.
Hey,
because that's the noise you made when you were watching Insidious.
Hey, because I went to Insidious 3 and the guy behind me, I hear tells his girl, he goes, he goes.
Well, you kept going.
He goes, oh, dude, I was terrified. Insidious 3, most terrifying movie I've ever seen. The guy behind me goes, saw it too. The guy behind me goes, the bigger they are, usually the bigger pussies they are. And I just laughed at it because I'm not talking. I was like, oh dang. I was like, ah! And people were like, oh my god, man.
I have to admit, I don't believe in any of this.
I told you to go see it.
I watched Insidious 3. My back was so seized up at the end of it because I was scared the entire time. I had chills. I had real chills up and down my body. I'm telling you, for 2 hours. And I don't believe in any of that shit. And I was terrified.
They're so good at getting you like it's just in your face.
Oh,
it's like that scary.
That woman, when she woke up from that dream, I was like, God damn it. I don't know, man.
I was terrified. And then I'm
terrified.
I'm the guy, ever since I was little, I'm the guy, when the lights are off, I run up the stairs. I feel like someone's chasing me. I run up the stairs. I was at your house last night watching a movie.
I scared the shit out of you last night.
You scared me, but I went to the bathroom and scurried back to everyone. Everyone saw me like jog back.
Literally came running back to us like he went back. My house is creepy. My house is haunted.
100%.
And everybody's talking on the couch, and I belly crawl around the couch. And they're talking, I go, and I just jump up and I go, ah! And you fucking, your arms went flying in the air like you were protecting yourself from somebody throwing a bunch of rocks at your face.
Balls deep in some milk duds. You had a nice spread.
Not a bad spread.
Nice spread. Congrats, man.
Yeah. Some aged, some raw milk, cow aged,
sharp
24-month aged provolone.
Oof.
I mean, flaky white
Tell
cheese.
'em.
We had some jelly beans.
Get 'em. Well,
had
I
some
hate
milk
jelly
duds.
beans. Love the
had
milk
some
duds.
crazy hummus with wonderful chips, blue corn chips. We tore
Nice
it up.
salsa.
Oh, good
You had my
salsa.
favorite candy, Good and Plenty's. Did someone tell you to get those?
No.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
It was a fun little
It's my
night.
life.
Took me about an hour to get back home, but fun night. Could you live farther, please?
Could I live farther?
It is refreshing out there. I'll give you that.
It is nice.
It is
quiet.
nice.
You hear the coyotes in the distance as they take out some kitty cat that got out of the gate.
Yeah, cat's dead.
Yeah, those cats get eaten
100%.
quick. I see these signs like, "Hey, we're looking for Spooky." Well,
Spooky's gone.
Spooky's in the belly of several
Oh, real quick,
coyotes.
Spooky got its head ripped off and legs ripped off by Cody. They pulled it like this. Now, in I love how Brian texted me, "Hey, where you at, bro?" I went, "Well, Brian, I haven't left yet because I'm a guy and I'm watching the NBA Finals, what guys do." And he goes, "It's on tonight." And I went, "You're not my friend."
I'm terrible with that. So embarrassing.
I love the NBA Finals, man.
I need to watch them. It's great. They're great athletes. They're so graceful.
Hey, Brian, who's playing?
Cavaliers
And who?
and Warriors.
Ooh, give it up. Who's playing the NHL?
But I only
Who's
got
playing
that.
the Stanley Cup?
Absolutely. The Kings and the Blackhawks.
Ooh, got one right. It's the Lightning
Yeah.
and the Blackhawks.
And the Blackhawks.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, but that's just lucky because I just heard about it.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't watch any sport. You know what? I find out a lot of comedians don't watch sports.
I used to never miss a football game.
I never miss a football
I had
game.
the NFL package from DirecTV for the longest time. Somewhere along the line, I lost my interest. I think it's the head injury thing. I know it sounds pussyish.
Oh, whoa,
I still love
hold your comment right there.
But I watch fighting.
But you're a huge fan of fighting.
Yeah.
And mistake me if I'm wrong.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
won't mistake you.
Yeah, mistake. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
you think the UFC head trauma is less than the NFL?
I'm hoping it is.
Okay. Well, I like your outlook on this stuff.
I'm not a very consistent person with my
I'm not at
ethical
all.
behavior.
Yeah, never.
You know what's bothering me is how politically correct we are in this world. Apparently, Martha Plimpton, who's an actress, you may not know her, and she launched this vagina rally because she's an abortion rights activist.
Can I stop you right now?
Yeah.
She's not famous enough to get this movement going.
Probably not.
Because I've never heard of it. I read New York Times. I read Google
Yep.
News every morning. It's not on any cover page. You're the only person bringing this to light.
Well, I'll tell you.
He talked my ear off about this.
No,
last
but you
night.
make a good point because I'll tell you who did hear about it. And you're right. It's like a thing she did on this college campus, and okay, it's
Cool.
for abortion rights.
Unless Kim Kardashian
a
says
vagina
it.
rally. And apparently the transgender activists got together and said, vagina is a hurtful word. Please say bilateral genital or front hole.
Okay. Well,
And she got serious Twitter heat for that. And it just gets to me to the point where, there's also that in 1986 when they passed that legislation about sports, how women's sports have to be represented as much as men's sports
don't get
in
me
college.
started.
Here's the
Don't
problem.
get me started.
Here's the
Talking
problem.
about Title IX.
Not Title IX. Here's the problem with Title IX. A lot of women, like if you look at club sports in colleges, I think it's 8 men to 1 woman join club sports. Men are just young men. God, sorry to say this. And statistically are more interested in sports than are women. Men's sports generate more income for the college than women's
It's
sports.
not even close.
And all that. But not only does the government say you've got to represent both equally, but they started penalizing colleges because they said women aren't doing the sports enough because they're not. They need to be more. They need to be pushed towards sports more.
Yeah.
Push towards sports more because apparently women can't can't think for themselves and can't decide they rather dance or whatever it is they'd rather do than do sports. Now colleges are being penalized because they just don't have enough female athletes represented in all sports, and apparently it's the college's job to push women towards sports even when they don't sign up for sports.
You're talking
Wow.
about people are upset about how
Preach on this, please.
how
Preach on
crooked
this.
FIFA is.
Yeah.
There's no more crooked business in the world than NCAA. The way they use players, again, this goes back to all sports. All college football players don't go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? All dogs don't go to heaven in college football either.
Yeah, we've talked about
They
this for
use
sure.
you. They're going to sell your jersey. They're going to use your likeness. If you take $1 from anyone, you're suspended for the season.
Right.
The amount of money they get from players, and they say, oh, it's an education. Oh, my God, education. No. Everyone knows the football player's on a different path academically than the rest of the school. You get easier classes. You get easier workload. You can do tests as a group.
What's your take on Title IX? Because you kind of
it's fucking silly. America is sissified. Yeah. Oh, you know what? It goes back to the bullying program right now. Bullying, it's such an epidemic. No, it's not.
No, it's
you
not.
think it's fucking new? No. Real quick, your kid's a pussy.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything now because when I was a kid, if someone picked on me and Jay Schaub were gonna beat the shit out of you.
I got picked on.
Of course you did. You're small and shitty athlete. So of course
don't say shitty athlete.
So you got picked on. I was good at.
It made me tougher.
Well, it made you who you are.
Yes.
You're not gonna die.
No.
So a 4-year-old punches your 4-year-old. Who gives a fuck? That kid's suspended for how long?
It's outrageous.
And now they're now
it's
you're,
in the
now
name
you're, now
of,
you're creating snitches.
It's because it's in the name of when you socially engineer quote unquote fairness, equality, when you artificially and socially engineer it, what you need is a body. Remember this. Anytime you want to try to make the playing field equal in any endeavor, women's sports have to be represented as much as men's sports, even though that's not the natural, even though that doesn't naturally occur. What you have to have is a central body like the federal government that comes in and makes people do it. Anytime you want to socially engineer something that doesn't exist already, if there's an indiscrepancy, people never look at it, well, maybe that's kind of how it naturally started to develop. Maybe most boys are actually, when they come to college, are more interested in intramural sports, and that's why they represent intramural club sports 8-1 to women. Maybe that's just sort of how it's naturally kind of doing out. Let's look at how things are naturally kind of
force anything.
But when you force things, which is exactly what, I'm sorry, a lot of this liberal agenda is, the Obama administration, the Clinton administration that came in there and penalized colleges for not enforcing Title IX and going further and saying you should push women. You're going to be penalized because women aren't interested in sports. Get them interested in sports. Anytime you talk about engineering any kind of equality when something's quote unquote unfair, you need a body, a central, powerful body that is going to enforce those laws. And I ask you this, who's going to govern that body? Why? Who says the federal government can come in and make things a lot fairer? We talked about this Caitlyn Jenner thing, and I talked about it with Rogan. Look, you and I are liberal guys.
What did Rogan say about it?
Well, I'll tell you. You and I and Rogan were liberal guys in terms of this. I am a fair person.
100%.
I would never, we had Kristen Beck on this podcast, I would never stop somebody from getting a sex change or from having the kind of rights that I enjoy just because they're different.
Nor do I care.
If you're gay, if you feel like a woman, you're a man. If you're a man, you feel like a man.
Do your thing.
Do it. And by the way, I'll protect you. By the way, I'll be friends with you.
Yeah, I got your back.
I'll give you whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, I'm not going to be friends.
No.
But bottom line is this. But, I'm speaking for myself, not Rogan. But my issue is this. You can't then, if Bruce Jenner is now Caitlyn, 12-hour operation on her face, or whatever it was. She looks 35 in that picture. It's airbrushed.
She doesn't look good.
I feel as though, whatever the case, I feel as though there are two things going on. One, I'm supposed to act like it's normal. And I'm supposed to not be a little bit, I'm a little confused about that kind of behavior. I'm actually a little confused. I find it a little stirring, maybe a little strange. And I'm allowed to have those emotions because guess what? I don't see that every day. And
plus,
you're
also not educated on it either. No one is, really, unless you're a transgender.
Doesn't mean I'm trying to marginalize her. And when I've used the word vagina, don't come at me and police my fucking word because I'm excluding people like Caitlyn Jenner.
Can I say something?
Because she has a front hole.
Can I say
Go
something?
fuck yourself.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like you're the only one dealing with this front hole stuff. Because
you watch.
You're the only one dealing with this.
You watch.
You're the only one who's facing this problem.
I hope I am.
You really are.
It really bugged me.
It's nowhere else.
Okay.
This small-time actress was like, it's front hole. Brian's like, son of a bitch. This is a direct attack on me.
I'm going to make a prediction on this podcast.
We have 1.7 million listeners. Now you've brought it to light like an idiot.
Damn it.
You always do this. Now you've given it credit. Now a media outlet has given her credit. This is why she does it.
No, not
the
Martha
one person
Plimpton.
she reached out to.
It's not
your
Martha
ass.
Plimpton. It's any lunatic fringe, whether it's PETA or some extreme group, they're the ones who make the most noise. They're the most active, and they bully the moderate majority. many of whom are probably transgender people who just want to live their life and they're trying to figure it out, like Kristen Beck, who's like trying to figure this shit out. Doesn't mean she's confused by it, et cetera, et cetera. I just can't stand extreme, and I don't like the fact that there's becoming a tyranny of the marginalized. Like, the marginalized are tyrannizing.
Not this guy. Guess who doesn't care? Guess who doesn't deal with it? Do what you want to do. Be happy.
Yeah.
Let's just keep on keeping on.
You will until they pass laws, until your kids are affected by it in school.
How?
Until a lot of things.
How? My kid can't use vagina? Oh, no. World's over.
Yeah, that's
what are we
happens.
going to do?
That kind of stuff happens.
Don't give a fuck.
It's a restriction on free speech and free thought. Yes, you should care.
So let me get this straight. See, this is the problem, Brian. You're bringing it to light, and you're making it.
I'm not bringing it to light.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're saying that they're going to pass a law in schools eventually where we can't freedom of speech.
Have you seen what colleges are dealing with this
protesting
with this quote unquote rape culture idea?
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen
where they get the beds out?
Or how about the woman that was criticized? I believe was censored. The teacher that was censored when she brought up the idea that women shouldn't be treated like they're these fragile people because these sexual conduct laws in colleges are so broad that anything you could say is up for investigation. Anything that a woman feels is sexually offensive.
You're gonna be in
and
some
this
trouble.
female academic said, you're treating women like they're these infinitesimal or infants, like they're infantile, like they can't make their own decisions. And what happens is boys get expelled and suspended for saying a fucking thing that they're just trying to be funny of, and it's a restriction of thought, free speech. It's un-American, and it's fucking gets way out of control.
Brian,
and who does that? It's real, and it's happening now. To the point that Rolling Stone magazine,
for sure,
Rolling Stone magazine runs a huge article on this woman who was gang raped. Guess what? It wasn't true.
I know. But that whoever wrote that has a history of printing bullshit.
Okay.
That's on Rolling Stone.
It bothers me, man.
It's
And
not
it
an
should bother all of us.
epidemic because Rolling Stone printed some bullshit
Our
article.
colleges there are a lot of places in college that this shit is getting out of control, and it's worth talking about. It's not some little thing. It's not.
I don't think it's like an epidemic where it's taken over like ISIS or some shit.
It's more insidious and subtle.
It's more subtle, but it also goes back to what we talked about, the fucking sissiness of America.
Sissifying it.
That's across everything.
Yeah.
Well, think about sports.
Right.
Football. They want to change football. When you sign up for football, you're 100% you're going to get concussed.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's like sign up for the dive team being pissed that you got wet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean.
There's going to be some repercussions playing football. But now it's like, we need to change the rules. No, we're not.
No.
Guys play football.
Right.
Guys get fucked up
Correct.
playing football. These are the
And
soldiers.
there's good that comes out of that.
These
sometimes.
are the athletes. Sometimes there's good, but you're going to pay a price if you want to play that
let
sport.
them make that choice.
Yes, let them make that choice.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
And I was talking to Rogan about that too. I was saying, there are a lot of times vibrant civilizations come about because people come in contact with objective reality. I mean, a vibrant civilization, a lot of times great things are done in the name of greed, in the name of aggression, in the name of trying to be better than somebody else. The motives.
Are you talking about competition?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's what makes America number one.
Thank you.
We're the best.
Yes, but
at competition.
Then why does everybody get a trophy in some schools, right?
Oh, you're talking about when they don't do awards anymore at some competitions?
Pisses me off.
Not my kid. When I have kids.
But if you're quiet about it, these fucking lunatics get their way.
We're tracking this shit.
Exactly. So I don't want to let these lunatics tell me that everybody gets a fucking trophy. It's not how real life works. Life's a kick in the nuts, and you got to get your kids ready for it. And competition in sport, and real competition in sport is how you learn.
Bro,
and sometimes you don't make the team.
No, hell, that's life.
No,
Life isn't fair. We're not all starting at the same starting line.
You and I try out for football. I'm not making it. You are. Oh, well.
Yeah, that's a given. But think about in schools, you can't play dodgeball anymore. You can't play tag and shit because they're saying they're bullying kids.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. It's called survival of the fittest. If you're fat and slow, you're the first one out. Lose weight, figure some shit out.
And
while
by
the
the
other
way,
skinny
I might
kid,
be working for you someday because you were fat and slow and you turned your life to books and being innovative. There are a lot of nerds that run the world. Nerds run the world. A lot of nerds are run the world. They weren't the best athletes.
They run Hollywood too.
There you go.
Think about it. But the thing is if you're the fat, slow kid at school and you're getting picked on, you got to think, all right, what am I doing? Well, I'm eating a bowl of ice cream when I go home. I'm not doing anything active. I don't want to get made fun of. I want to get the girls. Who's getting the girls? The guys who are fucking me up in dodgeball and tag. I want to be more like them.
There you go.
Make better choices.
Correct. I'm with you. You mean adjust your approach? You mean
you're talking about
deal with
competitiveness.
what nature is giving you?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason all of us don't have the same testosterone levels.
Look,
there's a reason.
You and I talk about this all the time.
There's a reason you and I were gifted with fat dicks, and Evan doesn't.
Wait a minute, man.
I was
Come on,
making
dude.
I was making sure he's listening.
Yeah, we always talk about the fact that we are what we are mainly because of our shortcomings and our losses, not so much our victories.
No, not at all.
The fucking all the stuff that you deal with as a kid that sucked. You know, my wife's all worried about my son being like messed up. I go, look, the kid's a nonconformist. He's gonna have a tough road probably. Good.
Well, he's gonna have make
him an interesting
He's gonna have a tough road in Calabasas. You come to Aurora, he's just a normal kid.
Just a normal kid.
You don't think I was fucking buck wild? What?
Oh,
yeah, man. Me and my brother were like fighting each other all the time.
Are. Let's be honest.
Buck wild?
You're always a couple of decisions away from blowing up the whole fucking situation.
100%.
Yeah.
I am what you would consider
living on the edge.
I'm the grenade that you took the pin out and you're just holding it.
He's living on the edge.
I live hard.
He lives hard and he lives on the edge. Brennan, you do live hard and you do live on the edge. I got a question, brother. How do you keep it going, man?
Don't call me brother like Hulk Hogan.
But brother, I got a question, brother.
Hey, brother.
Brother, I got a question. You seem to get stronger and bigger and taller. Now you're 32. How are you growing stronger, bigger, and taller? How you keeping your edge? How you living hard? How you so hard? How you so hard?
Well, Brian, I stay hard because I take on it.
Yes! Preach on, my brother. Preach on.
Quick on me, brother.
Let me hear more about onit.com. What can I get from Onnit?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the Bigfoot kettlebell they sent me. I called it a werewolf. I messed up. It's a Bigfoot.
You also messed up when you said werewolf.
And it is
once again
enormous.
Yep.
It is the heaviest kettlebell I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
It is Bigfoot, no shit. So those just dropped on onit.com.
Well, yes.
And then they have
what else
delicious hemp force protein bars, warrior bars. Oh, and real quick, are you sick of using all those chemicals to wash your body? Are you sick of using all them horrible chemicals that dry out your skin and to wash your body?
Do they have anything like, I'm just looking for a body wash.
Are you talking about an all-natural body wash, Brian?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Zen Spice body wash with no chemical fragrances or colors, just essential oils, vegan, biodegradable, camping-friendly, and guess what else? Hydrating. Now I can finally have skin
Brian?
like yours.
Guess what?
Yeah.
If you go to Big Brown's Instagram at Brendan Schaub, you're going to see a picture of me all lathered up in the shower with Onnit body wash.
Let me lather you up, please. Hey, everybody, if you go to onnit.com, you get to come to Brennan's house and lather him up with your big old angry hands. Oh, take them hands and lather yourself up, and I'll secure his hips while you lather him up. And then, so he doesn't smell through the day, let's throw some organic deodorant on him. Aluminum free, certified organic, vegan, 2 cents. They got cedar fresh. I love me some cedar. They got lavender.
love smelling like the woods.
And you know what I ate today? After I did Rogan's, not today, the other day, after I did Rogan's
the podcast, yeah.
The Omega protein bars.
They're nice, right?
Oatmega. It's called the Oatmega, yeah. 14 grams of grass-fed whey protein, non-GMO, gluten-free, 2 flavors, chocolate mint crisp and vanilla almond crisp.
Get all this stuff. Onnit.com/fighter.
That was a long commercial.
10% off. 10% off on this delicious new stuff.
Yummy. We seamlessly are flowing into commercials here.
We are,
I'm really
man.
impressed with us.
It's just the flow of the show. The flow of the show.
So we've covered some issues. You're a scaredy cat. It's amazing. I didn't know you were so superstitious. You actually believe a little bit in ghosts. Because I tried to create a seance.
I don't know if I do.
I tried to call in spirits yesterday. I tried to create a seance.
I don't want to do that.
And you didn't want to join hands.
Even if I do or don't believe in it, I'm not doing that bullshit. You
wouldn't even go to my guest room.
No.
You wouldn't go. I dared you to go to my guest room. You're a grown man.
Well, can I point out some stuff here?
Yeah.
You're 48, Brian. I'm not doing some ghost witch hunt with you. You're 48. That's weird as fuck.
Why? You're being an ageist.
Yeah, I know. It's just super weird.
But beyond that.
I thought we were beyond that, bro.
Ken Shamrock would be really mad at you right now. He's 51 and he thinks
I think he's fighting soon.
Yeah, he's fighting Kimbo.
Yeah, is that this Saturday?
I ran into Don Fry in a bar, and he's hoping Ken backs out of the fight and he gets to fight. So he's training. He's 50. Interesting. Keep going. Little fighter terminology. But let's go back to you being
if you
a
hate
chicken
ratings, make that fight happen.
Why were you afraid to go?
I just don't want to do it because I don't know if it's true or not, so I don't want to dive into it.
You wouldn't even go to my guest room, dude.
No, your house is creepy as fuck, man.
Dude, it's just
why would you
walk
buy
upstairs,
the one house in Calabasas that's haunted?
Walk upstairs, make a left, go to my guest room. Why wouldn't you
It's
do
all
that?
dark.
You're such
I
a
don't want to
pussy.
be by myself.
It was 12:15 at night, and you wouldn't do it.
Not a chance.
After seeing Insidious, we watched Insidious 1.
I ate a bunch of your snacks.
Yep, you had a belly full of
snacked
hummus,
all night long.
chips, salsa.
I could tell
milk
people were
duds,
staring at me because I was like this, just snacking.
and you wouldn't go to my guest room.
No, man.
And by the way, guys, I'm not making that up for the show.
No.
You're that much of a chicken shit. You were afraid to walk. I was right under you. You wouldn't walk to my guest room.
Brian, let me share something with you.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's say, I don't know if they're true or not. Let's say evil spirits do exist.
Yeah.
You know what evil spirits don't give a flying fuck about?
UFC Fighters?
If you can fight or if you have a gun. So I'm kind of shit out of luck if it is true. Again, pros and cons. Pros, I proved to Brian and everyone at the house that I'm not a pussy. Con, I get fucking possessed by an evil spirit. My life is over.
Because you went to my guest room.
Yes. Pros and cons, Brian.
He's being dead serious.
Yes, that's the way my brain works.
I said to him, I go,
Pros,
go to my
Brian
room
won't make
right now.
fun
Go
of
to
me.
my guest room. He goes, no, I'm not going up there.
Not a chance. Pros, Brian won't make fun of me. And everyone thinks I'm a badass because I went to his dark, cold guest room. Con, I get possessed as the devil, and they have to do a whole exorcism on me.
I would, and you'd be hard to hold down, dude.
Good luck with that.
It would be really bad.
Possessed Big Brown?
Oh my God! If a demon got in you, you'd so strong you'd kill people. That would be really bad because all of a sudden you turn into a really bad guy, and you just show up with 2 knives. I'd be like, Brendan,
And you're
why
dead.
are your eyes onyx black? Why are they black pools? I can't see any white in your eyes.
This is the only thing. If this stuff is real, don't you think there would be some proven case by now?
Yeah, that's why I don't fucking believe.
You're not a
in
religious
any of
guy,
it.
though.
I believe in God, I guess. I don't believe in
Hold on.
psychics.
Hold. You believe in God. Have you seen him? No. Has he ever done
Honestly-
anything for you?
honestly,
Nah.
he whispers
If
in my
anything,
ear
he's
every
hindered
day.
your
He
progress in
whispers
life.
in my ear every day.
Nope. If
You know what he
anything,
says?
if anything, he's disappointed
You
in
know
you.
what he says?
What?
You're the one.
No, you know what he says to you? Please try harder.
No.
Please do more.
No, he says, you're the one.
Brian, this is God. You're a huge disappointment.
He says this. He
Please
goes,
do more.
He goes like this. He goes,
Please pay attention to your social media posts. It's very frustrating,
what I
not
heard?
only for Brendan, but for me as
you
well.
know what I heard him say this morning? And I'm not kidding. He goes,
You're not that cool.
don't give Brendan 60% of the shirt sales. It's bullshit.
Yeah, he said, don't give him 60. You should give him 98.
No. He said, you're the backbone of the show. Go with it. Replace Brendan periodically. It's better for ratings.
Brian.
That's what he said.
No,
I don't,
this is. I know.
don't know
You
if
know what's
he's-
weird to me? You know what's weird to me
What?
is he came to me. It was like a beep or like a pager. It was weird. It was
Yeah.
just like this. It was all beep 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 beep. Brendan, this is God,
Yeah.
the big man from upstairs. I'm contacting you because you've carried Callen for too long. I know your back's hurting. I can feel it. I've done all I can.
Yeah.
He's really dragging you down.
He's the cross on your back.
That lawyer meeting that you had helped a little. I'm glad you got 60-40.
He's talking a lot right now, and he's not very articulate.
No, that's what he's doing. He goes, I know 60-40 is what you want, but it should be 99-1.
Really?
99
Do you know what
1.
God said to me this morning? I'm not kidding. After that, he
And
goes
then
like this. He goes, get rid of Big Brown. I said, why, God? Why? And he said, they're coming for him. I was like, who? He goes, the people from the further.
The further, hey, you might be the most annoying guy to watch scary movies with.
I talk the whole time.
No, you talk the whole time and you think you're way tougher than you are. Brian goes, "Oh man, I'll tell you if I'm dead serious." He said this. They don't want to take me. I'm the wrong guy to take down.
I
there.
am.
Are you, Brian?
Yeah, I am, dude.
Hey, can I?
Yeah, I'm a
Now
warrior.
I'm your friend.
Yeah.
I'm your friend.
Yeah.
I love you. Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at
I'm
me when I
looking
tell
right
you
at
this.
you, motherfucker.
You can't fight. And
Yes, I can
and
fight.
you're not tough.
Yeah,
Look at
I'm
me.
kinda
I
tough.
love you. You're a great guy. Look at me dead in the eye. You can't fight. You're not tough. Now I hate to do this to you, but last night I left
face
there
is flushing with blood a little bit right now.
Furious. Oh, they take me under. They're in trouble, man.
In
I'll
the
fuck
underworld,
some,
dude.
I'll fuck some
In
ghosts
the
up.
underworld, I am a fighter.
But he's dead. I joke around like that. You were dead serious.
I am.
Even your wife goes, Brian, please stop.
No, I am. I'm fucking dead serious. Let me tell you something. I'm not kidding.
No, look at me before you do this.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Look at me.
Yeah.
You're 48.
Yeah.
You're not tough.
Okay.
You can't fight.
Okay, but in the
No,
underworld,
look at me.
In the underworld, I'm a fucking warrior for vengeance and justice. And listen to me, and for the good, and for the white light. Now listen, I'm a white light warrior.
Why can't it be black light?
Because
You're racist.
A little bit. No, I'm a white light warrior. And let me tell you
white
something.
knight warrior.
A white light warrior.
White knight
I'm
warrior.
a warrior for the white light.
You know what we call those guys?
What?
Ku Klux Klan.
Not white knight. I said
No, you
white
said
light.
white knight.
I did not. I said white
heard
light.
White knight.
I said white light
You
warrior.
said white knight.
And listen to me. You take me down there, and you demons want
You're
to fuck
the
around.
first one
You know why?
gone.
You know why
if they
piss
think the
me
three
off?
of us, you're the first one
Now
gone.
you're full of shit. You know why they piss me off? They pick on the weak. They pick on kids and girls.
Yeah, of course.
They make me so mad at that demon. I just want to fuck him up. And you're gonna sit there and rattle chains.
This
and,
is how
and
he was
open
last
doors.
night.
I'm going in.
He was dead
I'm going
serious.
into wherever your lair is. I'm going in. Oh, the door opens and it's really dark. I'm not taking a flashlight. I'm going down there, eyes wide open. Please come in and clap behind me and grab me. I'll give you the back of my neck. Come here. Come here. Come here. Put your claws around my neck. I fucking dare you.
What would you do, Brian?
I'm
you don't
the white
know how to
light
fight.
warrior, bro.
Bro, let's say it gets your
ahead.
neck. What are you gonna do?
Okay, watch this.
What are you gonna do?
Watch this. Right, ready?
Am I the ghost?
Yep.
Turn around.
All right, go ahead.
Turn
ready?
around. We gotta turn around.
Okay.
No, you turn
Oh,
around.
oh, yeah.
You don't know when it's coming.
Okay, go ahead. Don't
You don't know when it's
hurt
coming.
my neck.
No, I'm
but
not
go
gonna
ahead.
touch you. You
All
don't
right,
know
go
when it's
ahead.
coming.
Yep.
But it's very slow.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, do it slow. Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead and do something. Get out of this. Go, get out of this. Go, Brian.
All right, I'm tapping. Yeah, but don't fucking make me pass out. My hands. That just hurt my. You just hit the back of my neck, and my hands feel numb now.
Really?
Yeah.
You have nerve damage,
Don't hit
man.
the back of my neck like that.
Bro, I went like this.
Yeah, well, the ghosts don't hit that hard.
Yeah, they do.
They're
You
not
don't
as
think
strong
they're
as
stronger
you. They're not
than me?
living. The bottom line
Hold on.
is this:
Did you just get hurt from that?
a little bit, but I'm okay now.
Your hands went numb?
Yeah, well, because I was gonna pass out. You were squeezing me. But listen, listen. As a white knight warrior, my neck is so fucking thick and strong, and I go like this. So put your arms around me.
Brian, I just hurt you.
Yeah, but I know, but I have a really thick neck. So you're doing that. Watch this. So you're squeezing as a demon, and what is the demon? What noise does the demon make?
Let me suck your dick.
Watch what I do.
I'm a gay dude.
Watch this. Watch this. You're a pussy. Squeeze harder, you little shithead, because I'm about to fuck you up. That's what I do, bro. I'm telling you, you have no idea what my strength is about. You don't.
Hey, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I feel bad. I feel like I hurt your
Well,
neck.
because you hit me with you went
It was
goosh.
too much, huh?
Yeah, and you know that area in the back of your
Yeah,
neck,
real
man?
tender.
It's
Sorry,
so
man.
tender.
Sorry, brother.
It's all right, man. You have very strong hands.
Sometimes I forget.
Dude, you are a baby gorilla. Like, you're so strong.
How-
You're actually stronger than a baby gorilla.
I doubt that. How about you were making fun of me because I went on this big audition thing for this gig, and I wore dark colors because I wanted to look smaller. I wanted to look thinner.
I love that you have an insecurity because you feel you
Super
actually
insecure.
You know what you are? You're actually a fat kid at heart. Like in your
Oh, yeah.
head, you're just very insecure about you actually have body dysmorphia.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. 100%.
What do you not like about your body? Like what is the part?
When I went on this audition, you know, you're on TV, you're dealing with pop culture stuff like that. I was like, well, they don't want like a big rock looking guy, and I'm thick right now because I've been powerlifting.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wear a tight, slender, slim fit, long sleeve shirt. I'm gonna wear some fucking skinny jeans, some thin
Well,
shoes.
you are, and I've been with you when we've been around a bunch of hipsters at some cool bar or a party, and you're like, Brendan looks at me and he goes, we're at this party. There's all these hipsters, and he looks at me and he goes, hey, I'm enormous.
Dude, no one.
You're literally like an elephant among horses.
Dude, this took me back probably middle school. Me and Brian went to this party. It was like this hipster party. I'm not making this up, man. Not one person talked to me. I was in the corner, and everyone just like looked at me like, ugh.
They're all dressed in
Everyone's-
cool clothing.
Well, one guy was in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah, that was too small for him.
There's a live band. All these guys were seriously dressed. A lot of beards, Ev. I'm not gonna lie to you. Beards are like tribal tattoos these days. Yours is good. Yours is fresh. A lot of these guys had these beards.
Yeah.
They're all dressed up. And then I'm in a V-neck, a gold chain, a Rolex, and I pulled it in my Porsche. Don't fit in at all. Not in the least bit. No one talked to me, man.
No.
And when by the way, you're a horrible friend when this stuff does happen because you take off because you know everyone, and then I was just sitting there like looking around.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
The first time I felt,
I left you. You know
it
why?
felt like a
'Cause
middle school dance where all boys on the left, all girls on the right.
you weren't-
but it was everyone on the right and Big Brown on the left.
You were a bit of an inconvenience to me at that party because I was like, oh, the giant guy's next to me, and it just
It made you look like shit.
Yeah, we looked like Lenny and George. You had your shield out, and I was like, he's not that cool. I was like, yeah, I know him, but I was like selling you down the river.
People are like, oh, hey.
Hey man, he's not a hipster. Oh, look, who brought the giant athlete who can kill everybody with his bare hands?
People were not friendly to me.
Isn't it funny how in that environment, even if you're a great athlete or whatever, you look good, people don't give a shit.
They do. They're intimidated. They don't know how to address me because A, I dress better than all of them. B, I'm funnier than all those people there. C, like the girl you came with 100% would rather fuck me than you. I don't care what you do. Yeah. I hate to tell you, as soon as we walk in the door, your girl wants to mate with me. I hate.
Well, those girls.
It's just genetic.
Those girls that are
the
that,
girls
that date
were
the
friendly.
skinny.
The girls were friendly.
The girls that date the skinny hipsters. Once they get a couple drinks in them, and I see this all the time. They'll start to rape you with their eyes.
Why? Because the skinny guy who's some bullshit rider on fucking. Who knows? Fucking.
Hey man,
some bullshit
relax.
show.
I got friends who are writers.
I know. I'm just saying, but it comes a price with that. You're always going to be the bitch. You just are, man. It's the we talked about it's competitiveness again. Hey man, come on, don't treat him like that.
You're the man. In the caveman world, you come in and it taps into the caveman gene. The guys look at you and they go, "Oh boy."
In any world, now caveman. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a year ago.
Yeah.
That party took me back to Joes and pros. You know what I'm saying? Jock jams.
Yeah.
Because those guys were the guys who got bullied. I'm not a bully, but they're like, oh God. Yeah, man.
They classify you as one.
This is life. I'm always going to be cooler than you. No matter if you're 40, 50, that's just the evolution of life. You guys suck.
Do you think you're being a little bit general? You're probably generalizing a little bit. There are probably some pretty cool people.
Probably some cool people, yeah.
So let's not be that dramatic. And also don't say that you're better than all of them because it's annoying me now. And,
because they're your friends?
Because you're a scaredy cat and you were wearing a shield.
Hold on. Were you not making fun of him with me?
Yes, I was.
But you have to be politically correct and edit yourself because your friends listen to this show.
Not really. I just know.
A little bit.
I don't think any of it. I don't give a fuck about that. What
you know what bothers you? You know what bothers you though a little bit is because sometimes like you'll know a group of friends and I'll know them. I'm nice. I'm not disrespectful to them, but I'll be like, God, that guy's such a bitch, man. Just the way he carries himself. I'll tell Brian
that's what
like
we talked about.
I like him. I'll just be like, dude, that guy's a bitch.
Well,
I can't be his friend.
A lot of them are also wearing a costume. They're when you see hipsters like that, it's an affectation. It's like a character they're playing, and they're not being real or authentic, right?
No, because they didn't start that trend,
right? And so then you're like, man, you spent a lot of money on those boots tucked into those awesome distressed jeans with that awesome facial hair.
Trying way too hard.
Yeah, and those very strategic tattoos and that very, very strategically unkempt hair.
And the scarf.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're outside. It's 75.
I'm going to start wearing a scarf, but I'm 48. So
you wore one to Rogan. Let's go into some current events. Fuck your friends, Brian.
All right, buddy.
Sorry, man.
It's all right, you big-chested fuck.
You're going to have to edit it.
I can't believe you wouldn't go to my guest room.
You're gonna have
go to my guest room, dude.
You're going to have to edit it.
Go to my guest room.
You're like, come on, man. My friends listen to the show, bro. Yeah, they're hipsters. They're good people. Real quick. Don't care, Brian.
I don't talk that way.
Yeah, you do.
That's a bad Bryan Callen impersonation. Second of all, I don't think any of those people listen to our podcast.
You'd be surprised because that's the only thing they talk to me about.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Ready for some current events?
Yes.
All right, we're going to start the first current event off with a banger. In Toronto, Canada, they are having the first ever handicapped orgy.
Oh.
It is a big sex party specifically aimed at having just mass amounts of disabled people who, obviously would, regularly have difficulty getting laid because, they're just physically different. They have shit going on.
Sure.
Now, problem solved. Disability orgy in Toronto.
As Brian and Brendan are cutting off their hands to join the party.
I was going to say, that's so hot.
I'm going to show up with a fake eye.
Well.
They're like, bro.
I mean, I think that I speak for most men in saying that, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but I would have sex with a woman if she had a glass eye. I'd have sex
100%.
with a girl if she didn't have ears.
Yep.
I'd have sex with a girl if she didn't have feet.
Now you're pushing it.
Really?
Keep going, though.
If she's super hot and she doesn't have feet?
Oh, I'm down for that.
Yeah, who
okay,
gives a fuck about her feet?
Yeah.
And I'd have sex with a really hot girl if she didn't have hands. I'm sorry, and I got.
I'm fine with that too.
And what else?
If they're hot, they're hot, man.
If they're
I don't
hot,
care
they're
what
hot.
they are.
What else? Probably doesn't even have to have hair. I'm not. Hair's nice, but I've seen some hot bald girls.
That's true. That's true.
A limp wouldn't bother me even a little bit. Wouldn't bother me
a
even
limp,
a little bit.
a speech impediment.
Yeah.
I actually prefer that, so we can relate.
Now a deaf, no problem.
problem.
Been there.
Blind, I prefer because I can lie to you more.
You're right.
Blind, I prefer.
Eyes. You don't have to have eyes, ears, feet, or hands. And I'm
and I'm on board. If you're hot, you're hot.
You're hot, and
I just need a positive attitude.
Now here's the thing: there are a couple
open
dirtbags.
to freakiness.
There are a couple dirtbags that are going to show up at that thing with a fake limp.
No, you don't. You don't have to show up with a fake limp, because little twist here.
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome.
What's the date on this?
I don't know when it's actually.
Find the kid live from the handicap orgy.
I can't.
Coming at you live.
Jason Ellis probably has it locked down.
It's just set for this summer.
Well,
and it's open. It's open to all, and here's some stats for it.
I love me some Toronto.
Yeah.
Place holds 125, so we got a 125 person maximum orgy.
How would that start? That'd
20
be very
wheelchairs,
awkward.
20 wheelchairs,
walkers, canes, even hydraulic lifts if you need them.
There are some people who are in
decked
wheelchairs that have very, very hypersensitive areas of their lower body, even though they can't feel.
because it's more sensitive, right?
Yeah.
Like their body makes certain things more sensitive.
Yeah, I
'cause they
guess
can't
so.
Use it,
Yeah.
right? It
Yeah,
like
so-
overcompensates. It's like people who are blind have really good hearing and taste. Wow. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
there you go, yeah.
Like your body like makes up for in other areas. So I'm assuming like the deaf guy's dick is just glorious, right?
Glorious.
Just like the fucking magic stick.
Hey, bro. Calm down.
Sorry, man.
A magic stick.
Sorry, bro.
You just described somebody's dick as glorious and a magic stick.
That
It's kind of the
that
greatest
paints
thing I've
the
ever heard
picture,
in my
though,
life.
right? Paints a pretty good picture.
Man, that's
Either
quite the
way, I'd like
magic-
to be at this thing.
Quite the magic stick.
Check out the magic stick on that one.
I'd love to be at that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, no, just to watch. I'm married. My wife wouldn't be that mad if I was like, listen,
I just want to
I
be.
went there to make sure people didn't feel excluded, and I wanted to be the one guy with
That
all
gets
his
everyone together.
faculties.
You're
I'll
just
be
gonna
the
loosen
MC.
everyone up.
That's all.
He's gonna be the MC.
My handicap is that I'm married.
Yeah, I'm.
It's a big deal.
I'm here. My handicap.
Hey guys,
I'm married.
guys, I'm married. It's really hard for me. I'm gonna have to work through this.
We had to check in at the gate. Your names, please. Brendan Schaub. What's your handicap? I'm a compulsive dirtbag. Well, okay, Brian, yours.
I'm married and I'm a dirtbag, and my wife is gonna be so mad.
Well, that
after
really
this.
doesn't work. What is that? Oh, this is the official Firing the Kid drone. I'm actually gonna fly it around with a camera and watch everyone have sex in the back.
This is a permission slip from my wife that I forged.
What's your handicap? I make horrible decisions. Does that get me into this, or maybe you know my friend here, old Abe Lincoln? Huh? Go ahead and let me in. Put me down for
Old Abe Lincoln.
Put me down for compulsive liars. My handicap. Okay. What else you got?
It's so funny.
Yeah, we need to attend that. That'll be a good Fighter in the Kid event. Next one up.
Go ahead and soak that in, Brennan.
Yeah.
Great.
Next current event. Kate Moss, world-renowned, super famous supermodel, got kicked off of a plane after they wouldn't serve her alcohol on the plane, and she called the pilot a basic bitch.
Tight move.
She called him a
basic bitch.
A basic bitch.
Was it a female or male pilot? For sure, a male, Brian.
Yeah,
huh?
probably a male.
That is
you basic bitch.
that is awesome.
Wait,
First of all,
was she chocolate wasted?
She was trying to. She was pulling alcohol out of her. So they told her she couldn't drink anymore. So then she goes into her carry-on, which she apparently already had a shooter of vodka in.
Oh,
so
so
it sounds like she's got a serious drinking
yeah,
problem.
Oh, she's got some issues.
Yeah.
okay, what happened? All that modeling and posing and changing and posing in front of cameras doesn't make you feel fulfilled? This is weird.
Yeah.
All that money in first class? Oh.
I would have laughed. I wish that would happen on my plane. I wish a Kate Moss or a Pierce Hilton or Pierce Hilton's brother would go off. I need some entertainment.
I was talking to Dov Davidoff today on the way, the great comic Dov Davidoff, talking about how he had done this sort of survey on watching people get really successful and how no matter how successful they get, their basic insecurities never go away.
Never.
Yeah.
Money's not going to do that.
It doesn't.
Accomplishments aren't
Status
gonna do
doesn't.
that.
None of it.
No,
it's really
there's nothing you
interesting.
can do.
Sometimes it accentuates it.
Oh, for sure.
And if you think about Kate Moss, who's had this kind of fabulous quote unquote life where she made tens of millions of dollars and she was on the cover of everything and world famous, and but what did she do? She poses a lot and changes and wears other people's clothing, and she has a bone structure that cuts light well, and I guess she dated some movie stars. But what does she do, and how does she feel about what she's done?
Well, she knows she's
how
like
does she
contributing
feel?
to society.
There you
So
go.
she wakes up and she's like, fuck, man.
And she's got to dull the pain with
And
a
then she
little
gets
vodka.
older. All models don't go to heaven now. All dogs don't go to heaven if you're a model. This works for everything.
Boy, you're right,
There's
dude.
a shirt. All dogs go to
We
heaven.
just brought this show back around.
Back around.
Dude.
See what I did there?
That's what you call a cyclical experience, ladies
That's
and
what
gentlemen.
I call circle of life.
On the F and K.
I.e. Lion King.
That's interesting, huh?
Yeah. All dogs
All-
don't go to
I
heaven.
can tell you that.
Hashtag brand new shirt.
By the way, I feel a weird sensation in my toes right now after you hit me in my neck.
Wow, so you have some nerve damage.
You hurt my nerves.
All those years of wrestling. Hashtag not really.
I was a devoted wrestler and a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Really, your toes are bothering you now?
Yeah, dude. You'll get a note from my doctor and a bill.
What else you got to have?
We'll do one more current event. It's pretty simple. The owner of the Warriors thought it would be a good idea to put himself and his kids next to Rihanna at the finals game.
Oh boy.
Turns out Rihanna is a really, really fucking annoying person to sit next to at a basketball game.
And she's a LeBron fan.
And she's a huge LeBron fan. So she gets invited to sit next to the owner of the Warriors. You know who you're sitting next to. And he said she was so obnoxious in her cheering that he had to move.
Damn. Well, she definitely won't be back. But a little piece of me, you know me, I like to stir things up. I respect it because just because she's sitting next to the owner, she's still rooting for her boy LeBron. That takes some balls.
I love it.
Usually people would be all quiet and like, yeah, go Curry, go Golden State. Wrong.
I like her.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
She could do anything she wanted, like shout in my ear the whole time. I wouldn't move.
Literally, she could do whatever
She could poo in a
wants.
bag.
She
I'd be
could
like, "Let me
take
help you
her
with that
chili
bag."
dog and slam it in my face, and I would still be like, yeah,
Yep.
you got this, girl.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna poo in a sack? Let me hold that for you, honey.
Oh, you're going to regurgitate your chili dog into my mouth like a baby bird? I'm cool. I'll stay in my seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rihanna's pretty high up on your list, huh?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Rihanna is.
I
she's
bet
so
she
fuck.
is
You want to
a
talk? That's talent.
Freak.
Super freak.
100% amazing in bed and a talent. That is.
Super
she can
talented.
sing. She can sing.
She's super talented.
She can sing. Yo.
No, don't do
She
this.
can sing, motherfucker.
Wait, why are you talking like that now?
Because she
That's
can. She doesn't
racist.
sing. She can sing.
She can sing, motherfucker.
Sing.
Well, why are you acting like
Because
she's
Quincy
black?
Jones one time said, he goes, I heard Shaka Khan sing. She said, the girl can't sing. She sang. She can sing. And I was like, I'm going to remember that.
Don't ever quote that again.
But, you know, Rihanna, she can sing.
Yeah, she's pretty dope.
Yeah, bro. Don't talk to me about her because she's my girl.
You don't know.
You don't talk to me about her.
Name
Shut
one
up.
song she sings.
All along, it was a fever. Hot, cold, even. I throw my hands in the air. Like,
Well,
I
I think that you
round
said this
and
was going to be my
around and
walkout song.
around and around. It goes. Damn, dude.
It's not bad.
Man, she sends me.
She sends you where?
She's so pretty. I want to kiss that mouth.
Me too.
Oh, sorry. I'm married.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Is that it, Ev?
Yeah, that's it for
Hey,
current
dude,
events.
you know what I'm
Also-
insecure about? My left arm. I have a skinny left arm.
I'd be more insecure about your chest. What
Really?
were you saying, though?
Have you ever had any like stadium experiences with people that were obnoxious as shit? Like, did you ever get into like a fight at a stadium or anything like that? Like during
Never.
a college football game?
For whatever reason, my brother growing up, he still is a Raiders fan. And the Raiders and the Broncos fucking hate each other. And so my dad took us to the game, and my brother wore a Bo Jackson Raiders jersey and a Raiders hat. And he was the only kid in the stands going for the Raiders. So he would, like, stand up. Jay's always been that kid, goes against the grain. He'd stand up and cheer whenever the Raiders did anything. Well, in Denver, we take our football serious. So Jay would stand up, and some guys start talking shit to Jay. Well, pan 4 rows back, the biggest guy in the stadium is also a Raiders fan. So they got into it, but I never have. We were super young then. Super young. I've never had any problems in the stadium.
No, if you get in problems in the stadium, you're a dummy.
Yeah, real quick, if you're fighting another grown man because your Los Angeles Dodgers lost to the St. Louis Cardinals,
Bro.
real quick, you're a loser because those teams don't care about you.
I was in fucking Arizona. I went to a bar where Seahawks fans congregate on Sunday, and they were playing the Cardinals. And the guy who is 55, there was a group of Cardinal fans because it was Arizona, and they were like cheering him on. And the Seahawk fans were all they were like going Seahawk, Seahawk, Seahawk. I mean, and finally there was a call that went against the Cardinals or went against the Seahawks. He's like, "What the fuck, man?" And the Cardinal fans were just like, "Yay!" And he was like, looks over at him, and then another call went against the Cardinals, and they're like, "Oh!" And the guy goes, "Yeah, fuck you," and gives him the finger. He's
dead serious, too.
Dead serious. I was like, "What in the world are you doing?"
I'd take
bro?
that guy. I'd say, sit
What
down.
are you
sit down on
doing?
the stool right now. I'd say, look at me in the eye. You look at me in the eye,
Yeah.
you're 55.
Right.
The Cardinals don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Quit acting like
Unbelievable.
this.
Seahawks fan. Yeah.
Seahawks.
Wow. That's weird.
So people get
I was
too
shocked
into it.
by that. I was actually shocked. I was like, man, that's what a real life idiot actually looks like.
Those are the same people that freak out on the road rage.
That's the fucking embodiment of the problem right there. Sometimes you
100%.
see somebody and you're like, oh, that's who the enemy is. That's the ignorant idiot that I've been railing against that I don't see that often. Anyway,
Not good.
questions.
Sports does weird shit to people.
Really
It
does. I love it. I love a fanatic. However, you gotta know, you gotta stay in your lane. It's not that serious.
No.
Well, that's it for current events. But before we jump into fan questions, let's get a couple fights down for this weekend's card.
Oh, I was gonna do it on the DraftKings on Wednesday.
Oh,
show.
all right, we'll do it on Wednesday show then.
Let's do it.
All good. Then I guess it's just straight to fan questions then, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
do
it.
All
I'll
right.
tell you what. I am so crunk for Jurassic Park to come out this weekend. That
Guess
new
who's
Jurassic Park.
Guess who's going to the premiere on Tuesday?
Oh,
Boom.
tight move.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it, man.
I've put myself in a cone of silence for the last couple months. I haven't seen anything more than one frame of the trailer, so I'm going in totally blind.
Yeah, I've only
Very
seen
excited.
one trailer. I don't get too excited for a movie. I haven't seen Entourage. I heard Entourage did a terrible opening weekend. Did like 10 million.
Yeah, ratings are pretty bad. I don't know how
It did
it
bad?
performed, but the
Oh,
ratings-
real quick, and you know Jeremy Piven's my boy. Real quick. Oh, because you made a movie 4 years too late? I love Entourage. I haven't gotten seen the movie just
Yeah.
because I don't even remember
It
it.
lost a little bit of its relevance.
The whole Entourage did. Turtle? Okay. I'm not
So
buying.
it did terrible over the weekend.
Did
huh?
10 million opening weekend, which is terrible.
Oof.
They spent more money on flying them from city to city on the PR tour. That's a
Ooh.
tough gig.
Damn. It's not good.
You can't have all cameos and expect it to do well as a movie. You just can't have a shitload of cameos.
I thought it would do better than that, though.
I didn't. I didn't want to hate on it because of Piven, but I didn't think. I think it came out way too late. What do I know though?
Oh, well.
Haven't seen it.
I won't see it either. I'd have to rewatch the entire Entourage season to even catch up. I don't remember any.
Oh, is it a sort of a continuation of the last seasons? That kind
I
of
think so, right? And
I
just,
haven't-
it goes more into the character development stuff like that. I don't know.
No idea. I wasn't too into it towards the end anyway.
Piven was that show, in my opinion, for the most
Piven
part.
makes that show.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
you do an Ari Gold spinoff, I'll probably be more likely to see that than
No
an
doubt.
you
Entourage.
do Justin Ari
yeah,
Gold
you do an
spinoff,
Ari
now
Gold
we're talking
spinoff,
about
I'm
it.
watching. Yeah.
Now you do a Vincent Chase spinoff. Name another movie that guy's
Gives a
been in.
fuck about that
Name
guy.
another movie
Give a
Turtle's
fuck
been
about
in.
that guy. Turtle's a good guy, but the bottom line is,
I'm
why,
sure they're
why
all
they
great
should have spun
guys.
off. They should have done an Ari Gold spinoff.
Ari Gold, running a new division of the
Ah,
company.
it's a great idea.
Yes.
I'd watch in a heartbeat. Anyway.
That's the move.
All right.
Anywho, fan questions?
Fan questions. I feel like today's a long podcast. You ranted about vaginas for 30 minutes.
good.
I talked about bullying.
All good.
Nah, we're good.
Yeah. No, I'm not mad that's long.
All right, first fan question comes from Prez Isaiah, and he wants to know from you, Brendan, regarding Tiago Tavares' blood dripping into Brian Ortega's mouth.
Oof.
What is the grossest thing that's happened to you during a fight? That was a hell of a fight too.
Great fight. Brian Ortega's my boy. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Whoop, whoop. I would say I've never had
Training?
No, I guess a little bit of Krokop's blood hit my lip. That's about it. But I just remember when Krokop broke my nose, we're talking gushing blood into it because it wasn't going down. It was going a little bit down, but it's going down my throat. I just remember this battery, super irony taste for forever. It was horrible.
In the fight.
Oh, and then after,
He broke your nose.
Shattered my nose.
And you had to keep fighting.
Yeah, he did in the early second round. I just remember the blood just coming. Not like it wasn't going down the front. It was going down the back.
How do you a jab or
elbow?
What?
Horrible elbow.
Oh.
That's about it. Nothing too nasty.
That's not too bad.
Nah, not good. Not bad.
All right. Next one is from Lewis Morgan. This is just general. I'm going to New York next week. What do you suggest I do?
Brian, you're the New York.
Go
expert.
stay below 14th Street. First place to go is Chelsea Market on 16th and 9th Avenue, and go from there. And then just explore that area. Get on the High Line. Walk around. It's sick.
What about food?
You'll find all the food.
What if you have to
there.
recommend one place?
You'll find all the food there. Del Anima is a great place for food, but there are so many sick restaurants. Great Italian. There are so many great restaurants. Go below 14th Street, East Village, West Village. It's all you have to worry about.
And
East
if you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, go to Henzo Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu in New York.
Great bars down on Ludlow and Rivington. Go to Ludlow and Rivington, and just any bar in that area is awesome.
And you better bring your A game with how you dress in New York.
Yep. Bowery Bar's got the best, coolest margaritas, and it's a fucking awesome place. There you go.
I feel like this is a safe room for me to say this in with us three. For sure, go see some Broadway too.
100%.
Go catch yourself a dope ass musical.
yeah.
Damn right, or a dope ass play.
Yeah.
Some great plays.
Yeah, I love me
you'll
a play.
You'll see story and acting on.
I'm about to
level
go
you've
see
never seen.
Matilda in 2 weeks in L.A.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I might go see Cruel Intentions, the musical.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boys, I have a place in New York. We could go. We could do a Fighter and the Kid Goes to New York, which I'm dying to do, and watch some serious theater.
That'd be fun.
That
Fighter
would
and the
be
Kids
awesome.
Theater Edition
100%.
from NYC.
Yep.
It's time to take this show on the road. Fighter and the Kid Broadway edition and NYC. Fighter and the Kid from the Kentucky Derby. Fighter and the Kid from the Toronto Disabled Orgy.
Yep.
Preach.
Preach.
Yeah.
We go to New York. We get Henzo on.
That would be awesome.
Are you coming to San Francisco with me?
When is that?
June 25th, 26th, 27th. I'll be at the
I'm
Punchline.
not sure yet. I need to get to Denver, man. They have the CU
We're going to
Alumni
Denver.
Golf Tournament.
I'm going to Denver
When?
in July 16th, 17th, 18th.
I could come with you then.
I'll be at the Comedy Works. You're coming.
I'll come then.
Okay. You don't want to come to San Francisco?
I might.
All right.
I don't know, man.
This weekend. I mean, not this weekend. When is it? Next weekend. 25th, 26th, 27th.
We
All
can
right.
see all Callen's tour
Punchline.
dates on tfatk.com. It's under Callen Tour Dates.
Ooh, Fighter and the Kid. Website.
Yep.
TF.
It's basically tfatk.com.
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 Yeah, TFATK.
Yep.
tfatk.com.
There you have it.
Let's make T-shirts. Get on that
What t-shirts?
for tfatk.
That's it?
.com.
That's your idea? Just tfatk.com?
Yeah.
Do you hate shirts? Do you hate money?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. You focus on that and koozies, and then we'll figure it out.
Hey,
Let me know
man.
how your pricing
You
market
can spell it D-O-T and then com.
D-O-T.
So it'd be like fat TK, DOT.
Oh, like DOT? Give it up. Get the fuck out of here.
Ah, shit. I was hoping I'd
What
be a
else you got, Evan?
designer. I want a design fee.
Trying to make up your percentage now. You're coming to me with ideas. That's
Yeah, hey,
60-40.
man.
Hey, bro, it's 50-50.
Let's put a lion.
I gave you the koozie idea. Go. I get hit up all the time about
That should be a
koozies.
t-shirt right now.
All right, next one is from 220Gs. Veronica Vaughn or Veronica Corningstone? Simple question. Veronica Vaughn.
That Veronica Vaughn got one fine piece of ace. I would know from experience. You don't know this one. You're texting, so you're not focusing
No, I'm
on the
looking at
question. That Veronica Vaughn. I'd go with Veronica Cornerstone.
You go with Corningstone?
God, that's tough. That Veronica
Anchorman
Vaughn.
versus Billy Madison, for those of you who aren't aware of the
How's
two
it? It goes.
ladies.
Let me see. I haven't seen it in years. Where it goes. That Veronica Vaughn is one fine
I'm looking
piece
her
of
up. Who's
ace.
Veronica Vaughn?
I would know from experience. He's all,
Who is Veronica
no,
Vaughn?
No,
no,
from
you wouldn't.
experience, dude, if you know what I mean.
He goes, no, you don't. No, I don't. But I know a guy. Her and him got it on. Woo wee! No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But you can imagine what it'd be like. Right? Get on the bus. Everyone get on the bus. Great, grand, wonderful. From a movie, Callen. You're
Chris
missing it,
Farley.
man.
I don't know. I can't.
You're
I
too old
can't.
for this.
Who would eat 30 bags of kids' lunches?
He's all. All right, let's move on.
All right,
Veronica
go on.
Vaughn.
You go Veronica Vaughn?
I'm going Veronica
I
Vaughn.
go Veronica
Callen
Vaughn,
doesn't
too.
know either one.
It's okay, Callen. This one comes from @Alex Riley. What are you doing today after you record the podcast?
Oh, we're
general.
going right to Happy
Yeah,
Kenny.
it's really general. I
Well,
like it, though.
we head to Abbott Kenny. We'll get a nice, fine Jelena takeaway slice of pizza and the best sandwich you ever have. If you ever come to California, you have to go to Abbott Kenny, Jelena takeaway. We'll go there. We'll get our bellies full, positive attitude.
Yep.
We'll get a nice cappuccino at Intelligentsia.
Yep.
You like that?
Yep.
Brian, help me say that
We'll
word.
walk around with our shirts.
Intelligentsia.
Walk around with our
our
shirts.
shirts, little marketing. I have some business stuff to go over with Brian, and then I have to work out at 3 o'clock in Beverly Hills.
I probably have to play tennis around then. Who knows?
Yep. And then that is it.
I like it.
Oh, then we're we could talk about it a little bit. Brian and I have a meeting where we're coming out with Firing the Kid gym bags.
Yeah.
And so we got to sign off on them.
Yep.
Firing the Kid Army, Firing the Kid
They gotta be
logo,
good.
gym bags.
I
Got
think
to
they're
be
really
good.
cool.
I think they could be cool.
Yep.
Let's do one more, Ev.
That's perfect because I got one more for you. This one comes from Mike Blankshane. Do you shower differently if you have a girl in the shower with you for the first time? # spread your butt cheeks. # wash your balls.
Oh. You know, that's a good question.
I'm not. I listen, man. This might be weird. I'm not the guy to have sex in a hot tub or a shower. I don't like it. It desensitizes my dick piece.
Yep.
My magic stick
I'm not
goes,
big.
huh? Water? No.
Yeah.
Let's shut this down.
Yep.
Let's shut it down because you're not going to feel anything.
Yep.
So I like to dry off.
Not
and
big
then go
on
to work.
sex and pools, the sea, hot
I
tubs,
can't feel it.
showers.
I can't. My dick says, nah,
and,
man.
And I don't mix food with my sex. Chocolate syrup on your puss.
No, I don't do any of that. I don't do any
Nah,
of that.
that's okay. Thanks very much.
Nah, because I'm not
Ooh,
13.
whipped cream. Shut
No,
up.
I'm not 13.
No dairy products on my genitals, please.
Nothing.
Thanks.
So as far as showering, I just don't get. I like to do work in the shower, man. I like to grease myself up, sud my balls. I like to shampoo my hair and then get out.
Yeah. What do
I
you
like the hot water on my back because my
use
back's
that
always
on
tight.
it? You use that on it.
I use that on it body wash.
Organic body spice. Yeah.
I don't get it. People think the shower's sexy. I don't. It's not the. I'm too big.
I look good.
I'm
wet.
too
I
big
look
to have
really
a girl
good.
in there.
I look super good when the water's cascading down my body. I'll be honest with you.
Dude, have you seen the picture of me inside the shower? # you took the picture. Have you seen the picture?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Brian, where can they find you? No, it's 2 weeks that you'll be out of town.
The Punchline, San Francisco, June 25th, 26th, 27th. Get your tickets now. They're going fast.
tfatk.com. By the time this episode airs, they will already be released. That's thefighterandthekid.com, tfatk.com. The Fighter and Kid Army shirts in army green and black. And then we also got sex, drugs, and podcast and rock and roll AC/DC shirts for yo ass. They're coming out strong. You know damn well they won't last long. We ordered a bunch, so hopefully it lasts longer than usual. That's tfatk.com. This is the Fighter and the Kid. We're out. Don't do that, man. You know better than that.